Hello, I'm Dudley Thompson, and welcome again to WDT Media TV. The show is called your Sports Spectrum here on this channel. And again, it's one more feature inside sports. And in today's program, we're looking at netball. And the big question is, should netball be included as an Olympic sport? Yes? Should netball be among the sports on the Olympic roster? That's a big talking point here for today. And you can feel free to text, give us a, you can feel free to comment there in the comment section there, and give us your talk on this and on this feature. So it's netball here for today. Here inside the sports spectrum, and we'll give some opinions of some Jamaicans to this topic. And it's again, please like, share, and subscribe. So it's netball is the main topic of today's feature, and netball is not an Olympic sport as yet. But efforts have been made to change that. And guess what? And there are some reasons as to why netball is not been included in the Olympic Games. Among them are, they said, limited global reach. Yes, netball, it has, according to the experts, why it been left off the Olympic roster. They said netball have limited global reach, and also it is predominantly played by females. Although there's a male league, but it's not popular like the female version or the female leagues around the globe. And again, it's predominantly played by females, and also it's played in Commonwealth countries. Yes, netball is played in Commonwealth countries, and they're saying netball is not much of a global sport played in Commonwealth countries. And also, the IOC requires a sport of strong presence. Yes, to have a strong presence in multiple continents. And again, it came back to lack of male participation. And they also stated that the IOC looked at sport with balance participation from both men and women, although men's netball is growing, particularly in Australia, but it's still way behind the women's league. And again, they said it's overlapping with basketball, and since netball evolved from basketball, according to them, but netball was invented in 1871 or 1879 by Dr. Tolles, and basketball started 1871. So those couple years are different. And if netball could go to the Olympic Games, it would bring value to the sports. And the IOC criteria for netball is considered, and it must demonstrate popularity and also governance and athletic merit. Netball meet these criteria, but despite the hurdles, the World Netball and Australia are working together to make a case for netball to be included in the Olympic Games of 2032. Will it be a reality? We have to wait and see. And that's in the Brisbane Games. And it could boost the sports profile and also take the sport to another level. All right. So what's your take? You can give it your comment there down below in the comment section, and about your take on this matter so far. If you think netball should be included, yeah, man, as part of the Olympics, a part of the Olympic Games, and netball is very popular, especially in the Caribbean. And we're seeing other sports like breakdance. Yes, it's popular. Breakdance become a sport now, Olympic event, and the first a guy there from Canada won the first gold medal. Yeah, man, from Canada in breakdancing, and it's popular in Europe, Asia, America, but not so popular in the Caribbean. So netball is popular in the Commonwealth, England, but not the rest of Europe, like breakdance. So, but breakdance is now an Olympic sport. Made its debut in 2024 last year in the Olympic Games, and it's now there as Olympic sport. So, give us your feedback on this one. Do you think a netball should be included in the Olympic Games? I can give us a call there if you want to give us your feedback on this one. All right. So in the meantime, we're gonna hear from some experts giving their views on the topic, if they think their views and what they believe that netball should be included as part of the Olympic Games. We now go now to Ricky, and Ricky is the physical education teacher at DuPont Primary School in Jamaica, and this is what Ricky had to say.
Participate at this Cabinet Center centers event. Primary Western Jumps, in sports primary Western Jumps.
Yeah.
Now you have a participate. My contribution is, of course, netball can be part of it. So I mean, basketball is a part of it, and I know we have more countries playing netball than who playing basketball. So that's my take.
All right, you heard there from Ricky, and he's a physical education teacher at DuPont Primary School in Kingston, Jamaica. And yes, he said basketball is played, but did a check on that one, and netball is played about 80 countries globally, and basketball is played in over 200 countries. So basketball is more widely played than netball around the world. Netball is popular in the Commonwealth countries, but basketball cover more of Asia and more of Europe than netball. So maybe on that basis, basketball get a nod over netball when they come on to inclusion in the Olympic Games. All right, we're going to hear now from other persons. We're hear now from someone in America, Dudley Thompson.
I strongly believe so because more Caribbean will get the opportunity because our Caribbean have one of the most good players them in netball for years. And I know Jamaican always take it away like we have the fastest runner.
Yeah.
We always come out on top. So we little but we tell our. So I strongly believe so.
I hear there from some. Yes, there you hear from Dudley Thompson there, and she strongly believes that, like the first person we spoke with, that netball should be included in the Olympic Games. And as you hear that, and 20 years ago, the lobbying began, and it's still under some negotiation or discussion rather for the sport to be included as an Olympic event. And what say you? So you think netball should be part of the Olympic movement, and what's your take? And if you think so, let us know your thoughts on this particular one. All right, and we're going to hear now from DJ Daniel, and he was a presenter at Roots Now Living Overseas, and it gave us his take on this matter.
Yes, Dudley. Well, I personally think that netball should be allowed in the Olympics because it is a sport that is played internationally in many various countries. So I think that the athletes that are netball players should get a fair chance to get a gold medal, and to have that feeling of accomplishment, just like any other sport. We have countless, endless amount of sports. Even some sports where people are not even aware of that are competitive sports in the Olympics that persons don't even know the name of these sports, and they're there. So netball is a more a well-known sport, especially in the Caribbean and in Europe. So I think that netball should be included in the Olympics. Definitely.
You heard there from DJ Daniel, and he had more to say. Yeah, man, more to say here from DJ Daniel.
Really a familiar sport that people really familiar with, but it is there. You know, so I think that a netball player should get a fair chance at winning a gold, silver, or a bronze medal, and having that feeling, that feeling of accomplishment within themselves, and achievement. You know, definitely.
All right, that was DJ Daniel. I told you earlier he was a presenter at Rose FM here in Kingston, Jamaica, the voice of the inner city. DJ Daniel there for you. Yes, and most of who we spoke to agree that netball should be included on the Olympic roster, maybe come 2032 when it held in Brisbane, Australia. Yes, and we're still hoping that the Jamaican Netball Association and the IFNA, the governing body, can lobby more, and maybe they can make netball be a world sport as against common sports like cricket. Cricket is played most basically by teams in the Commonwealth, England, yes, Africans, and the West Indies, the Caribbean. Yes, cricket is there because you have a women's league in cricket and the men's league is popular. But in netball, the women's version is well known, but the men's netball don't get the kind of traction like the female netball in a country like Australia, Jamaica, New Zealand, and England. But what say you? Can get a cut out there in the comment section. What say you? Leave your thoughts here in the comment section. If do you think netball should be included as an Olympic sport? Yes. Give us your thoughts there in the comment section there, and we'll take your comments as we go along here. All right, and let's go on the back now to hear from some more Go hear now from a Jamaican born artist. Yeah, man, that's the brother playing on Roots FM, and we call him Vincencio the Conqueror. Yeah, man. Vincencio the Conqueror.
Greeting, Mr. Dudley Thompson. Yeah, man, that's a very vital and informative topic, you know. Yes, netball should be included in the Olympics, you know, because it's sports all around, and everything to do with sports should be a part of the Olympics. Because we have so much talented people out there who would love to be seen and to showcase their talent. So I'm in agreement 100%. Yes, sir, I've been Vincenzo the Conqueror.
All right, you heard it from the man called a big artist, song called Pops. Yeah, man, Vincenzo the Conqueror. Yeah, man, and he's also a Jamaican born living overseas, and he's also of the view that netball should be included in the Olympic Games, right? So, I should give a number of those for those who want to call to take part in the program can call at 413-316. That's 413-316-0075. WhatsApp call as well, 413-376-0075 to be a part of this program. And the question again, do you think netball should be included as part of the Olympic sport? And yes, netball should be included in the Olympic sport. All right, we're going to hear now from, and before we go to more, let's tell you why. All right, now, netball is played in approximately 70 to 80 countries. All right, Vincenzo saying real talk. Yeah, man, thanks Vincenzo, real talk, positive reasoning. Best of Vincenzo the Conqueror. Yeah, man, it's a real talk. All right, netball is played in approximately 70 to 80 countries worldwide with around 20 million players. Yeah, man, netball is played in 70 to 80 countries worldwide with about 20 million players. The sport is popular in Commonwealth, such as in countries like Australia, New Zealand, England, Jamaica, and it also has a global presence. Yeah, man. And the top countries like Australia is known for their exceptional skill and strategy. Australia has dominated netball for years. And New Zealand also is Australia's close rival and a strong netball tradition and a passionate following. And England has made significant strides in netball, challenging traditional powerhouse in major tournaments. Yeah, man. And other countries of note, you can't leave out here, Jamaica, the Sunshine Girls. The Sunshine Girls, they bring a flair, athleticism to the court with a growing netball infrastructure. And also, South Africa is also going good as well. South Africa has shown remarkable improvement, breaking into international netball through dedicated strategy and gameplay. Yeah, man. And countries now arrived on the scene like Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and those in Africa, Asia are participating in the sport. So netball reach globally continues to grow. Yes, and efforts are underway to make netball a global event. So if netball is reaching Asia and Europe, I don't see any reason why netball should not be included as part of the Olympic roster going forward. Netball is growing, and I'm not seeing any reason why it should not um, be there at all. All right, and we're going to hear now from. I think we're hear now from another one of our persons who we spoke with on the topic. Should netball be included in the Olympic sport? We're here now from Mr. Stephen Spoon Grant. Yeah, man, Stephen Spoon Grant. And he is the president of the Kingston and St. Andrew TT Association, CASATA. Is Spoon.
Yes, Dudley. Well, I personally think that netball should be allowed in the.
Oh, that's Spoon. Let's go back to I think I lost Spoon. All right, let's go to Spoon.
Yes, I do think that netball should be included in the Olympics. When you sit and watch a game of netball, everything comes to the forefront. Grace, tactical, movement, combinations, athleticism, all of these things come to the forefront, and these ladies are elite athletes. And I know the more it exposes at this Olympic, the more the sport will grow. So I do think netball should be included in the Olympic Games.
Wow, so everybody are on the same page that netball should be included in the Olympic Games. That should be a given, that netball be included in the Olympic Games. All right, and that's what everybody's saying, that netball should be included. Because we've seen breakdance included in the last Olympic Games, and cricket we've got as well, and basketball. I've been taking note of the games because they said some of the American Major League players can't get the release from their clubs because the Olympic timing clashed with the club league in the US, and players can't get the release to go and play. So if one country cannot field their best team, that's the reason why they should take the sports out of the Olympic Games. We all know Cuba has won 5 medals in the last 6 Olympic Games, including 3 gold medals. So when it comes to basketball in the Olympics, Cuba is a powerhouse. But basketball is no longer, baseball, I beg your pardon, is no longer a part of the Olympic Games. But our talking point for today is, yeah, bud, do you think netball should be included in the Olympic Games? Again, I'm blessed of Vincent the Conqueror, yeah, man. And do you think netball should be included in the Olympic Games? What say you? All right, this is Sports Spectrum here, and we talking netball. I mean some football later on, but right, netball is the main talking point here right now. And earlier we did a post about the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and we mentioned, or we failed to mention that Haiti, we said Haiti is the first team to win the Gold Cup. But the correct statement should be, Vincent is saying, it's one of the most exciting game ever. It's a joy for me and my family to watch. Yeah, better than Vincent the Conqueror. All right, going back now to what's the football topic here now. Let's look at adjustment what we said earlier, that the Gold Cup being played by teams in the region, CONCACAF region, and also in the region. But there's only one Caribbean team to win that tournament. It was called CONCACAF Championship then. It was called the Gold Cup back then. It was called the Caribbean, it was called the CONCACAF Football Championships. And Haiti won it in 1973. So Haiti is the only Caribbean football team to win the CONCACAF football tournament, now known as the Gold Cup. So Haiti is still the only Caribbean team to win that title, now known as the Gold Cup. But Haiti won it way back in 1973. It was called the CONCACAF football tournament. It was called the Gold Cup back then. So correction to what we said earlier. Alright, but still on the topic of football here. Sorry, netball here. We'll talk about football later on. And netball here. So do you think netball should be included in the Olympic in the Olympic Games? And they give the reason why it should. It's a growing sport. It's a growing sport, and also it is getting reviews globally. Although it is played predominantly in the Commonwealth, but it's attracting world attention. You get good media coverage there. But netball, for those who cover netball from the media, I can tell you that when it comes on to netball commentary, it's kind of challenging. But if you're a sports person in sports and don't understand netball rules, to do a netball commentary might be a bit challenging. If you listen to netball commentary most times, it does kind of basic, because most persons don't understand the rules. And to do netball commentary, you have to have an idea of the rules to properly cover the game. And again, sometimes when, like football, we do the football commentary, the players by number on their shirts. But sometimes you watch a netball game, you see a player start at say a wing attack. A coach might call a timeout, and they start to shift bibs around. And if you don't know the players by face or the names at the back of their shirts, it might throw you off as a commentator. So that's the technical part. When it comes to commentary netball, you have to know. That's like a itch when it comes to netball commentary. Yeah, so commentary. Football, a team make a change, everybody have one number. So you may take up a number 5, I bring on a number 11. You know the person by number and the name. So that's not an issue, but netball different. Change bibs. You might say a player have on a wing defender. Could make a change, same come on the same big WD, a different person. And that sometimes proves like a challenge for a commentator. So from person who do netball commentary, I can tell from experience over the years doing it on radio and also on social media. But it's a fun sport, nice sports, good sports to watch. And some say netball is too restrictive. Yeah, that's the big thing. Some people say it's too much rules and too restrictive. Netball, football carry 2 halves, and netball carries what we call 3/3. You have the goal third in the middle, the middle is the center thirds, and the 2/3 are called the goal thirds. And some people don't understand they hold the ball for within 3, and the ball must pass within 3 seconds. It's challenging, because one player cannot hold the ball for more than 3 seconds. That's how fast that ball is. Within 3 seconds, umpire count 1, 2, 3, the ball must pass before the umpire reach 3. Or else be called for hell ball. Yeah, man, the kind of netball kind of challenging sometimes to watch. And some parents don't understand the stepping and the stepping and the contact and all those stuff. It's a kind of game. And 3 feet from the landing foot, not from the person, from the landing foot. And that's technical part for some persons. The umpire called obstruction. It must be 3 feet from the person's landing foot. And that sometimes for the other layman watching the game might be a challenge to watch for the person who don't understand netball rules, that not from the person's landing foot. So it's a technical game. It's a very technical game. And again, you watch umpire hand signals. When umpire do like this, I mean, hell ball. Because you go more than 3 seconds. Umpire hell ball. Yes. Umpire contact. So yeah, umpire called contact. So yeah, it's a hand signal as the key to the game. And again, it's a very nice game to watch and something you have to lose. But again, as you continue to say, do you think netball should be included in the Olympic Games? All right. We're going to segue a bit from netball to football. I said this earlier on radio and person didn't really agree, but let me go into more in depth now about football, about why Jamaica's football is very fast, in my view, going nowhere. I keep on saying that if a young Jamaican player, a young Jamaican youngster, have ambition of becoming a pro football player, he has no business playing Manning and the Costa Cup. Why? Because a youngster in Jamaica wants to be a pro football player, you have to join an academy, like a Whisper and a Leon Bailey. That's the route to take. Like Whisper and a Leon Bailey. Why? Because when you play in high school amateur football all your young life, you play Manning Cup at age 16, 17, 18. When you leave school at age 18, you are behind players at your age group in Europe by far. Take an example. A Jamaican 17-year-old might be a Manning Cup star or the Costa Cup star. Look at Pele. When Pele is 17, Pele is a World Cup champion. A Manning Cup player at 19 is a Manning Cup star. Look at Mbappe of France. When he was 19, he was World Cup champion. These are what we were talking about. So if you want to grow as a world-class player, you cannot spend your days playing amateur high school football. You want to be a pro football player. When you leave school, you're going to be way behind players in your age group from Europe and South America. You'll be way behind them. You have to enroll in an academy at age 13, I think age 10. And between 10 and 13, you learn the fundamentals of football and develop your talent in those days, in those eras. By the time you're 14, you're so advanced. By the time you're 15, 16, scouts from Europe might want career overseas, but they can't sign at age 16. You go to academy overseas, and then look at Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey didn't play Manning Cup in Jamaica. When he was age 18, he was a top player in the world under 19. And he went to overseas, Genk, and trained overseas. And again, if a Jamaican youngster have a dream to become a pro football player, you have no business playing Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. Go to academy and develop. So that's simple. Some people don't agree, but that's it. How many Jamaican Manning Cup stars can match up with players in Europe in the age group. None. You have so many high school stars, but after Manny Cup, what next? That's it. Look at Whisper. Whisper developed overseas and Jamaica. Whisper was cut above the Manny Cup when they played it for KC 1 year. A cut above because of its overseas arm training and the development. Leon Bale, the same thing. That is the route to go if you want to be a pro football player in Jamaica. Or play a pro football player from Jamaica. You have to think academy, development, and think about Europe. Not Manny Cup or the Costa Cup. Total waste. But if you is a high school, if you're a football player in high school, and you see football as a opportunity to get you into college overseas, that is fine. You can go that route. Play college football, get a degree, and that's it. That is fine. If you don't have any intention to be a pro football player, you can play Manny Cup and the Costa Cup, get a scholarship and study and get a degree, and that's fine. That is excellent. But you want to be a pro football player, Manny Cup and the Costa Cup, not for you. All right, some people don't agree, but it's facts. Check it out. It's facts. That's the reality in Jamaica. But back now to our main topic in the show. And you can comment if you disagree or agree. You can comment and tell me if you agree or disagree about that. And all right, track and field now. Recently, Asava Powell made a statement, and it upset a lot of Jamaicans that it's kids that be running for Jamaica unless some changes made with GHRA. But Asafa said that, but some people really give him a one pen for that statement. Because he said his wife is of different nationalities and you have choice. And Asafa was a local bred talent. Asafa is one of the persons who was developed locally and became a local base world class sprinter. And for those who believe that he's the first, no. The first Jamaican local base sprinter was G.C. Foster, Gerald Claude Foster. He trained at Wolmer's back in the 1900s and became a world class sprinter trained in Jamaica. But over the years, people come with the assumption that if you don't get a scholarship and go to America, you can't become a world class sprinter. But praise the Lord, Stephen Francis and Glenn Mills changed all that thought. You can base in Jamaica and become world class athlete because these two coaches are among the best in the world. Glenn Mills and Stephen Francis and others. But these are the two front right now. Glenn Mills and Stephen Francis. Usain Bolt, we all know the Usain Bolt story. The best ever. Trained in Jamaica. Fraser Price and others, Elaine Thompson Hera, Melaine Walker, and the list goes on. But most of Jamaican athletes before that era were based overseas. You go back to 1944. You go back to the time of Don Quarry. No, sorry. Arthur Wint. Jamaica's first ever Olympic champion. These persons, later got scholarship and trained overseas with their universities and become world beaters. Yeah, man. Arthur Wint, Herb McKinley, George Carl Lesling, yeah, all those athletes. Then come back now to the 60s, you have a person like that's Billy Miller. He came second the Olympic Games when 1968, 100 meters behind Jim Hines for America. And these were the athletes them who were based overseas. Then you have Don Quarry back in 1976 Olympic Games, Montreal, who won the 200 meters. After the second 100 meters behind Trinidad Hazel Crawford. And that year, for those who don't remember, did not know, the Caribbean took the sprints that year in Montreal, in Canada. Trinidad Hazel Crawford won the 100 meters. Don Quarry came second. Don Quarry won the 200 meters. And the Cuban called Alberto Wantorina won the 400 meters. So that year, the Caribbean took all three sprints that year. The Olympic Games. So yeah, so that's it. So, and then now, after between that era up until the late the 90s, all Jamaican athletes based in America, until Glenn Mills until Steve and Glenn Mills said that convinced Jamaica that they can stay at home and become world beaters, and the man prove it's all right. Jamaica's biggest medal haul at the Olympic Games is when the athletes begin to train at home with local based coaches and begin to beat the entire world. Yeah, that's it. So all right, so we segue a bit, but again, what the real topic today is netball. And do you think that netball should be an Olympic sport? What you say on that one? We are going netball and football, like a track and field as well. And do you think Jamaica? Yes. And lots of things happening in Jamaica over there with sports and track and field. And again, yes. And we are seeing some bright times coming out of out of the sport this year. Even champs, but some champ stars, in my view, fail to matriculate to the next level. Too many champs. We say too many stars are champs, and after champs, it's in 2 minutes and then they just fade away. I'm hoping that we saw some talented youngsters at this year's Boys and Girls Champ 2025. We're hoping that a couple years from now we can see those youngsters make an impact. We're still seeing between T and Tina Clayton. Yes, they're making a transition to senior level. Alana Reid, yes, is not doing too bad, and we're hoping to see more of that bunch of athletes who shine that champ the last 2 or 3 years begin to make an impact at this level, because this Olympics could see the change of the guard. Remember before we saw it was Usain Bolt and Asafa, racing Kishane Thompson and Blake and others. The female now, Shelley Fraser-Price, this could be her last year. She's in her late 30s. Elaine Thompson-Hera is not at her best for the past 2 seasons. Elaine, in my view, she's not trained overseas, and once she gets a good coach, a good program, she can come back, Elaine Thompson-Hera. But she's still 29, 30. And maybe we're going to see some youngsters come to the fore come trials. But Jamaican sport is in good stead. And again, back to our core topic. Yeah, our core topic. You think you think netball should be included as part of the Olympic Games? Should be included on the Olympic roster? What say you? Netball should be included on the Olympic Games. All right, so, and there are many issues when it come on to sport in Jamaica. Netball, again, is Jamaica's top team sport for many years. And for those who might not remember, Trinidad and Tobago is the only team in the Caribbean that can claim to be crowned world champions. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. The netball had dipped over the years. In 1979, they hosted the tournament, the World Netball Championship in 79. There was a 3-way tie between Australia, New Zealand, and Trinidad and Tobago. Both teams have identical records. It's a 3-way tie. In those days, they had no rule for a tiebreaker. And it was awarded joint champions. Trinidad and Tobago, Australia and New Zealand were joint champion that year. So Trinidad and Tobago is the only Caribbean team can claim that they were world netball champions back in 1979. Wow, it's so long? Yes. And their netball is not back to that heights since then. They were above Jamaica years ago. But Jamaica is now the top netball team now in the Caribbean. For the past couple of years, it's Jamaica. And a team that is growing, they say Malawi from Africa is an emerging team. And also Fiji. But look at Malawi and South Africa. They say they are emerging teams. But again, if they need to sell that ball to more to Asia and Europe, and just maybe by then, I also will consider putting netball in the Olympic Games because they say it's more a Commonwealth sports. But look at cricket. Yes, cricket is not a world sport either. Cricket is not played much in Europe. It's played in Asia and the Caribbean. Cricket, apart from England, and maybe Ireland, it's not played in Europe like netball. But cricket was strong men's league, and women's league is not doing too bad. But netball now is a strong female league, and the men's league is hardly recognized. So maybe that's the reason why netball is not being included in Olympics. Because what if they plan to include the females and not the males? It could be a problem. It was a bias. It would be bias. But yet still, male netball don't attract like support, to be frank. But in women's netball is popular amongst, say, the Antarctica, Asia and the Caribbean, in New Zealand and England and Australia, Jamaica. But the men's league is not that popular at all in the region. But it says growing. So maybe that's the reason why the IOC is hesitant to put netball, because the men's league is not really a crowd favorite, but women very popular. So I'm not sure if that could be one of the reasons why the hesitancy by IOC to include netball as part of the Olympic roster. But let's wait and see. Come 2032 Olympic Games, it could be included on the roster in that year. All right, and this is Sports Spectrum here inside WDT Media TV, country from our studio, still under some commentary, still under some renovation for our new studio here. And we'll be with more live as we go along in both sports and current affairs and also politics, So this is our first of many to come, including sports. So we'll give an update also on the CONCACAF football tournament. They played in Canada and the US. As we told you earlier, can Jamaica become the second team from the Caribbean to win the tournament. The first winner was for the Caribbean was still the only one for the Caribbean. It's Trinidad and Tobago. In those days, it was called the CONCACAF Championships, not the Gold Cup in those days. But Trinidad and Tobago, Haiti, were winners back then in 1973. And Jamaica only lost in a final and went to semi-final. Jamaica never won the tournament. So Trinidad and Tobago still have the edge when they come on to football at that level. But that was then. But the Trinidad football team now is not where it used to be back then. Haiti is doing very well in football, as we all know by now, in the region. But not many. All right, and football no further afield now. There's growing speculation in South America that Brazil is in trouble. Brazil football team is struggling in the qualifiers. They're currently fifth in the standings, and they run a serious risk of not making the World Cup for the first time in their history. Couldn't imagine a World Cup without Brazil. No, could not. But this team is struggling bad, really struggling, and it's a real possibility that they could find themselves some trouble in qualifying for the World Cup. They're really struggling in these qualifiers, this Brazilian football team. We're hoping that they get a new coach. I think it's Ancelotti, the other foreign coach for the first time. We're hoping that we can see some results and Brazil could qualify for the World Cup. The last time they struggled to qualify, they won the World Cup under Philip Scolari. So could the struggle here again mean that the team can win the World Cup next time? We have to wait and see where they come to that. But Brazil team is kind of struggling in the World Cup. And football in Jamaica, I'm kind of shocked to see Harbourview in the relegation zone. What's happening in Jamaica Premier League? Harbourview, team that is stars of the East, struggling. Harbourview is in the relegation zone. The team that is standard in Jamaican football, Harbourview, the first Jamaican club to build a mini stadium. Harbourview, the first Jamaican football club to build a mini stadium in Jamaica. And the standard for clubs now to have their own stadium, like Waterhouse, Arnett Gardens, Humble Lion, and others have their own mini stadium. But Harbourview started that trend in Jamaica at their own mini stadiums. I remember I went there and the place was like marvel. The place looked good. First playing that stadium outside the National Stadium was Harbourview mini stadium. With the Waterhouse team, I think I was the commentator for Dean Cable, and you Blair and others were like, wow, nice change room. This is the change on the tree. Those days when Harbourview built their mini stadium, decent change room for the first time outside the National Stadium. Yes, remember, outside the National Stadium, there was a decent change room. Harbourview mini stadium. And they lift Jamaican football standard. And team now begin to no, this is the route to go at the old mini stadium. And now Harbourview, who is a trendsetter in local football, is now struggling to stay in the Premier League. To be sad to see Harbourview don't qualify for next year's Premier League. It'll be sad because they are trendsetters in Jamaica's football. Produce many national players, national coaches. Meant to mention Peter Cargill, a lot. Cobra Gaynor, the late Cobra Gaynor. I think he's the first player I can remember in football history to win two trophies on the same day. He won as a coach, as a player with Harbourview. Now earlier he won as a coach with Bulby. I think it was in the Major League. And the same day he played with Harbourview as a player. So he won 2 titles in the same day as a player and as a coach. And with the late Kenneth Cobra Gaynor. Yeah, man, Cobra Gaynor. And I've never seen in no other way one person won 2 titles on the same day as a player and as a coach. Yeah, man, Kenneth Gaynor, Cobra Gaynor from Harbourview did that with Harbourview as a player and Bull Bay as a coach. Same day inside the stadium. These are some good memories, man, Harbourview. But trust me, I'm hoping that they can pull through and stay in the Premier League. They'll be sad to see Harbourview out of the Premier League in Jamaica. They'll be sad. Because those teams are trendsetters in Jamaica. They call it Stars of the East. But for some reason, the Stars are shining at all for Harbourview this year. Hopefully we can see something going with Harbourview. And remember now, the Olympic Games, sorry, the World Championships are coming up, and it's in September, and we're gonna see some talent emerging here, and hopefully we're gonna see some stars in the making. I'm gonna see some returning, but hopefully we can get some more medals at the Olympic Games when it comes to that time around. All right, and before we go from this program, make a little thing there that we did some time ago about track and field. Like to put all the myth to rest and stick with the facts. Persons are still of the view that track and field is judged by head, hands and the feet. And the video on that is not so. It's a torso from the neck to the waist, not head, feet, nor hands. Torso. So recently, when Kishane Thompson lost, last year Kishane Thompson lost to the American, the argument was that Kishane head him out. I mean, head is for horse racing, right? Horse racing, not track and field. So, the head thing was of it. Talking about horse racing, but still with track and field for now. So that's about that. All right, and again, let's get back to our core topic now as we wind down the show for today about netball. Should it be included as part of the Olympic movement? Yes. Netball global reach continues to grow, and efforts are underway to increase presence international sports landscape. So if not, I have some work to do. And yes, great memories. I too remember Barrington Gaynor. Yes. Yes, Vincent Barrington Gaynor. Yeah man, call him Cobra Gaynor. Yeah man, Cobra Gaynor. One of your top defender. But I think he died some years ago from some, I don't know, it's a kind of unusual illness. But he died. Yeah man, I remember Cobra Gaynor. I remember one year in the finals, I think it was the finals, about people playing Boys Town. And I think Boys Town was leading 3-0 at halftime, I think. Well, I was in the match on the radio with Chris Salmon did the commentary. Yeah, Chris Salmon did the commentary at that match. Chris Salmon from Racehorse fame. And it went to the extra time. And then Aberview, I think, equalized 3-all. I won the match on penalties against me. That was a match that I can't forget. That Boylston and Aberview game. Some brilliant matches played back then in Jamaica at that level. Yeah man. Man like a Thomas McLean from Aberview and those players. Yeah man, Peter Cargill went on to play for Jamaica in the World Cup. And went on to play in Israel, came back coaching Waterhouse and died tragically in a car accident. Yes, and yeah man, lots of players have been produced. I think the correct manager, our Claire Giardini, he played on the club within under 14 team years ago. Yeah man, Claire Giardini was a player on the club's under 14 team when they won the tournament. I know the manager at Aberview, Claire Giardini. So yeah man, so lots of things, lots there in that team. So I think that is a trend setter, and to be sad to see Harborview out of the Jamaica's National Premier Football League. To be sad to see them out. But as some say the ball is round, what it means I don't know. There's a popular say the ball is round. What that means, I have no idea. But see the ball physically, the ball is round. What it means, just don't know. What's the popular saying? Well, hopefully our Harborview can pull through and survive the Premier League. And some years ago, Waterhouse in a spot where they had to, where they almost eliminated. In their last game, they need a win. And they beat Boylston, I think Boylston 3-1 and survive, stay in the league by almost 1 point. I don't remember who they knocked out by 1 point. And so Harborview is now, hopefully they can stay in the Premier League, Harborview Football Club. Alright, as we wind down Sports Spectrum for today, top of the thing, again, should netball be included as part of the Olympic Games? You can put your comment in the comment section, send the video to your friends who play netball, who know the netball, and see what they say about that. And also, Remember, we're giving you updates on the Gold Cup when it starts in June. Yeah, June. So Jamaica is there as well in the Gold Cup. And Jamaica, but can Jamaica win this time around with under a new coach and some English-based players? Wow, let's wait and see. And Jamaica, can they qualify for the second World Cup? That's also a possibility because now the top spots are taken by America, Mexico, and Canada. They are the three host countries of the World Cup. We now have 6 places and 3 taken. So I don't see why Jamaica should be among that 3. Look at this now. Remember Jamaica played so badly in the last qualifier. If they play this qualifier as bad as that, they go to the World Cup. It's that easy. That easy. It's that easy. Alright. Next time I come back, I touch on some horse racing. Some horse racing. Yes, some horse racing. Next time I come back, touch some horse racing there for you. And look at where it was then and where we are now. Obviously, we see some champion horses came through Jamaica back in the 1980s, 70s, 80s. Who can forget Legal Light, Harlequin, yeah man, Zell, those horses, Thunderbird, Thornbird. And the last big horse in Jamaica was a horse called She's a Manita. Yeah man, She's a Manita. And when she left the scene, alright, they'll be rebound for a last minute rebound above you. Alright, yes, Vincent, you hope they can rebound and don't jump out of the Premier League. Alright, hope they can rebound and don't drop out. Alright, so yeah man, so they can rebound. Yeah man, so a good look there for them. But again, and Jamaican racing is also in a spot of bother. And I've been told that the bloodline is depleting. So the quality of the horses are not of what they used to like years ago. We know we see more sprinters than stayers. That's why I see a reduction in 10 furlong events now. Like in the past, the Super Stakes were 10 furlongs, so that big draw Jamaican calendar. No longer we see the 10 furlong Super Stakes in Jamaica. But then for that other day, we go going to horse racing. And again, remember, we've been touching on politics also as well, and some topical issues we're talking about, and hopefully we can get some of your views on that as well. We're looking at some facts. And before we go, I post a photograph today on about Switzerland. It nowhere but Switzerland, where the person in that country demonstrated in 2006 because the government give them money and they don't want it. And the government want to make it mandatory. Then they take the money and they said, no, we don't want any handout. And they protest against taking money from the government. They want any handout. Yes, they want any handout at all from the government. That's in Switzerland. And we'll look at those issues later on, and also politics and social issues in Jamaica. Alright, so, and that's what we'll leave you for today inside Sports Spectrum. Hope you enjoyed today's program. And again, share with your friends. Please like, share, and subscribe. Send to all your friends who you know for the netball. And hopefully, when IOC is considering to add sports to the Olympic game in 2032, netball will be among those added. Alright, so until then, have yourselves a wonderful day. And again, keep locked to us here on WAT Media TV. And again, stay safe and have a good day.